In this video, we talk about scale. This is where an intro would go if I had one. Feels bad, man. What up, mini family? Scale, as it relates to miniatures, is kind of a confusing thing. You hear designations like 54mm, 28mm, 1:20 ratio, heroic scale, true scale, all these kind of confusing things, but what do they all mean? Scale is often the measurement of the height of a miniature. Boo, we already knew that, get to the good shit. I have to start somewhere, jeez. The Legendary Games Workshop produces their miniatures in a 28mm scale. The measurement could mean a few things since there really isn't any standardization in regards to scale. It could mean from the toes to the top of the head, from the toes to the eyes, or from the toes to the forehead. Oftentimes it'll be to the eyes or to the forehead because models are wearing headgear like helmets, like soldiers, and that shouldn't attribute to their actual height. And all you geeks are breaking out your metric rulers and your Space Marines, because I know every single one of you and your dog has some form of Space Marine in your house. And you're noticing something, that the Space Marine is actually a little bit higher than 28mm. That's because 28mm maps to a certain human height, and that height is often 6 feet. And in the lore of 40K, Space Marines are much higher than 6 feet. There's something more along the lines of 8 feet or even 9 feet. So it makes sense why they are actually higher than 28mm, because they're taller than a 6 feet human person. So a game can be based around a scale like 28mm, and not everything in the game needs to fall under that scale. Look at a Treeman or a Celestant Prime in Age of Sigmar. Those things are way taller than 28mm because in real life, in comparison to a 6 foot human person, they would be towering over them. The most typical sizes for miniatures are 11 to 15mm, where games like Flames of War live, and then you go up into the 28 to 32 and you find games like Warhammer 40K, Guild Ball, and Malifaux. And then the higher you get in scale, like 54mm or even higher, like 80mm, the less the miniatures are for games and more for painting and displaying. Companies like Scale 75, Nocturna, Ares Mythologic live in this range for people who like to paint and display their miniatures rather than play games with them. The next form of measurement you'll find is a ratio, 1:20 or 1:15. Oftentimes you'll see this measuring out busts, but there are exceptions to this rule. This is simply a comparison to the size of the model to a normal human being. If you were to scale up this bust 20 times, it would be the size of a normal human being. And then there are weird designations like heroic scale and true scale. Heroic scale refers to exaggerated proportions for the head, the feet, and the hands, and this is done intentionally to make those details easier to paint. Manufacturers like Games Workshop and also these cute little models made by Gareth Nichols, links in the description, are heroic scale models, but Malifaux are true scale models. Just compare the hand size and the feet size to an Imperial Guard in Games Workshop with that of a Malifaux model, and you'll get what I'm saying. This is why sometimes you'll see true scale Marines with legs that are extended and arms that are a little bit longer to better fit their larger hands, feet, and head. Now that you're a master of scale, go out and wow some chicks and get some hot dates. Disclaimer, this info will get you no dates at all. And now for our community highlight time. We're doing the community highlight live, yeah. We're doing it live. Let's do Marky B. Marky B, what you got? Looks like Marky B's got some amazing looking Wild West Exodus models from the race, the Golden Army. You know, this is kind of a dumb thing to say, but I love how all of the base rims are so starkly black against like the sand base color, and like they're just so clean and crisp. It really, when you look at the whole thing together, it makes it look just really beautiful. Everything's painted really well. Photo bucket and its ads? Come on, Marky B, why are you putting yourself in photo bucket? Oh, look at the pin strapping on the legs and everything, that's amazing. Thanks for the submission, Marky B. If you want to see some of your miniatures at the end of one of my videos, check out the submission link below. Just a little update on the channel. Sorry I took forever to make a video. I was in the middle of making one of my most ambitious videos yet, and I was trying to get it out before Halloween. It's a horror themed video, but that didn't work out. But I'm still gonna work on it and release it sometime this month, should be out, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing that. Anyways, thank you for liking, sharing the video, and commenting, but more importantly, go paint some minis. So many dogs barking outside right now.